first day at MRO Europe in London. It's been a long and busy day, but I'm sure very rewarding. I'm now on the CTS Engine stand, and I'm joined by Bill Kircher, who's the CEO of CTS.
Thanks.
Good to see you, Bill. Thanks
Yeah.
for inviting us onto the stand to have a quick chat about what you're up to.
Yep.
Let's start with that. CTS Engines. Give us an overview of the company, a bit of the history.
Certainly. We're close to 30 years old. Started, CTS was complete turbine solutions. So a long time ago, there was a module shop focused on the HPT. Got into the heavy overall business right around 2010. And ever since then, I've been focused on large, mature engines.
Okay. So what go through this kind of engine? Large, mature, it
Certainly.
covers what?
Absolutely. So first engine that was kind of core to our business is the CF6 family from General Electric. So we're actually the only overhaul shop in the world that services every active CF6.
Right.
So that's the 50, the 80A, the 80E, and the 80C2.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, we've added the Prac 2000, and we service its military sibling, the F-117. And then recently we took on the GP 7200, which services the A380.
Okay. So, what's the age of these engines then? When you say they're mature, does that relate to how old they are? I mean,
No, great
or
question.
the legacy. You said to me legendary as well.
Yeah. No, great question.
Yeah.
For us, mature is there. When you think about entry into service, into retirement,
Yeah.
mature is kind of that last third,
Okay.
right? So some of these engines might still be in production, some might be out of production, but they're definitely in the last, third to half of their life. I mean, the F-117's been flying forever. And the Air Force has told us it's going to fly till 2085.
Wow. Okay.
But it's still mature in the sense for how long it's been around.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we focus.
Yeah.
As most of the market talks about the CFM and the V2500 and the GTF. We're focused on the models that are a little older.
And so there are specific skills, challenges, etc., associated with these engines. What are they?
Yeah. The first challenge is certainly understanding the part constraints.
Yeah.
So the supply chain, because all the OEMs are focused on those new models.
Yeah.
And servicing those. So our ability to really craft a solution given the part restraints is one key. The second key is we have our own test cell up in Jupiter, and our ability to, test these engines on a dedicated platform separates us. And then I'd say finally is our ability to customize. So this engine, end of life, might need another 2 years of life, might need another 4 years, and you want to build it up to the OEM gold standard. We can, depending on the customer's intent, we can customize to their need.
And no doubt, given market trends, you're seeing the same as everybody else, the need to extend the life of what's there, because
100%.
there's problems getting the new stuff through, and parts are very hard to come by. So
yeah,
there's more maintenance required on these engines.
100%. That macro that you stated is certainly a tailwind for us.
Yeah.
Because we commercial, cargo, military, that's playing in all those areas, right? The A380 coming out of COVID, nobody expected the ramp back from the A380. That's happened. Emirates has stated they're going to fly them for quite some time.
Yeah.
F-117 till 2085. And then the cargo guys, just what you said, there's no new metal.
No.
Cargo's still going up. And so they got to rely on these 767s and 747s.
Yeah, there's still 747s out there flying cargo.
All day.
The Queen of the Sky is still out there. Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah. You said obviously you started off very much working with GE. Pratt and Whitney came along. So what's your relationship with the OEMs like? Do you have a mutual relationship where you're both benefiting?
Yeah, I think over the last 3 years we've moved towards the OEMs, and that started with the GP 7200 decision. So they came out of COVID. The OEM shops needed to focus on other product, and so they needed an independent solution. And the joy of that is we got 2 OEMs at the same time.
Yeah.
Because the GP is, the high spool is a GE90 and the low spool is a Pratt 4000.
Right.
So that 50-50 really helped our relationship and moved us towards the OEMs. And that's resulted in, an ADE offload agreement with GE to help A330 passenger aircraft.
Yeah.
And been really that experience of the GP has helped us get closer to the OEMs.
Yeah. Okay. Look, everybody in this show is looking for capacity in this area. You can't put enough shops on. There's not enough lines out there. Full stop. One of your recent bits of news was you opened a new facility in Florida. Yeah, in Coral Springs. Just talk us about the thinking behind that. It's obvious. There's lots of demand out there, so you're wrapping up supply. But
no, it's probably our favorite topic.
Yeah.
Like you said, 6 months ago, opened up Coral Springs. It's 216,000 square feet of purpose-built legacy engine capacity. So we used to be in Fort Lauderdale, and we kind of expanded as the need arose.
Yeah.
So we were kind of 4 sites within a couple miles. With this, we go to 1 site, 1 campus, and we're really excited. And like no one else, nobody's building a brand new purpose-built engine overhaul facility for just legacy wide-body engines.
Okay. We talked about some of the challenges you're faced, there's multiple challenges out there. But where's your sort of the things that keep you awake at night?
Yeah, the first one we discussed, and it's supply chain, and we try to be as creative as we can with USM, in working with the customers on their own material. That's the first one.
Yeah.
The second one is definitely employees, right? We're in South Florida, and the entire aerospace infrastructure's benefiting from all the work.
Yeah.
So I think we've had to work very hard to differentiate ourselves as an employer of choice. And we've been successful doing that. We've added...
Well, yeah, exactly. How are you doing that?
Yeah, added probably over the last 18 months, close to 180 heads.
Yeah, okay.
And
from what, are they coming from other industries? Are you bringing in young first job?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
We like to have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So you like to have some seniors, whether they're leads or lead inspectors, and certainly office professionals, engineers, supply chain, etc. But the main group are your direct heads, turning wrenches. And we actually like getting them out of A&P schools, out of 2-year mechanic schools. And we have great partnerships in Fort Lauderdale and in Broward County that help us do that. Because we've really worked hard on our own training program in-house, and we love getting them out of school. We can teach them the CTS way and go from there.
Yeah. It's certainly, everyone's still talking about this being the biggest issue. There's lots of issues, but the talent issue is still probably the one, and then maybe the one that is hardest to fix, because it doesn't happen overnight. You can't just invest more and suddenly it's there. You've got to encourage these people into the industry.
Correct.
Sell the industry as a career option for people who've got a lot of options out there these days,
Correct.
particularly in the subjects and the talent areas that you need or we need as an industry. So it's tough, isn't it?
There's high demand.
Yeah.
So you're spot on. You got to find your sources, and then once they're on campus, you got to focus on. It's not like the journey ends once they're in the door.
Yeah.
Right. The recurring training, the onboarding training, leadership training, like that whole package. When you're 180 to 200 people versus 400, has to change.
Yeah.
Because retention, it's hard enough to get them in.
Yeah.
You got to have a plan to retain them as well.
And you're based around in the US, in Florida. So
Yes.
Does the cohort come from a certain geographical area around where you are, or are you having to reach further afield? I mean,
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
The nice thing is South Florida is kind of its own hub, right? Between Embraer, Pratt, a number of airlines. But we've learned that I think we used to be able to fish in one pond.
yeah.
And I think to your point, we got to think a little differently.
Yeah.
And then for certain jobs, we certainly look outside of Florida. But at the same time, I'll give you a specific example. Spirit Airlines, based in Fort Lauderdale, is going through a little bit of chop,
Yes.
and that's that. So let's see if there's an opportunity there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to be nimble, but we love just South Florida.
Yeah.
Got talent.
It's also an industry that is, let's face it, traditionally seems to be quite male dominated. So, if you're only fishing in the one half of the human talent pool, you're restricting, your ability to bring people in. Are you seeing a change there as well? A greater diversity in the workforce?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So at all levels.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So we're finding at the mechanic level that women are fantastic in those roles.
Yeah.
A couple of our program leads are women and are fantastic. Our head of customer programs, Stephanie Garcia, was promoted from within. So you're spot on. It can't just be female, male.
Yeah.
We got to do both. It can't just be Florida. You got to do more. And
I guess the nature of the work is changing with technology, with things like robotics. So the workplace is not anything like what it used to be 20, 30 years ago. So, that does change the appeal, I guess, as well. So you'll be seeing that.
Yeah, we definitely favor a mechanically oriented person. Like you like to work on stuff in your house or in your garage. That's a good fit for us. But at the same time, technology is enabling. We can fast track training, for example, because you and I can train on how to do an interview and just film this. We can use AI and post it in my manual as how to do an interview. Hit the button, and we're ready to go. I got a little training guide. So it's the mixture of both. Still, with the backdrop of you want to work with your hands.
Yeah. You're seeing AI being applied to training because you can't give someone an experience. It's just that's experience. That takes time. Yeah. But with AI and technology, you can provide them with at least the backup of that experience.
100%. 100%.
And so what's coming up? You're obviously always looking to the future. Every company will be. What's on the roadmap for CTS in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, the roadmap for us is to continue to grow. I think overall air traffic's going to grow.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on the back of the new models, right? Whether it's 320 Neo, 737 Max, or 777X, and our role is to continue to fill this legacy piece of the market, and we think that's going to enable us over the next 5 years to probably double again.
Okay. Still with the legacy though, this is still the area where you can go within this area without going into other parts of the
100%. Like we'll be flexible, like, because the more customers and the closer to the OEM you are, you get presented with opportunities. But right now, if we look forward 5 years, we can double with legacy models.
Yeah. Okay. I've had a lot of conversations already today with a number of other. There's people who are doing a lot of parts suppliers, and they all talk about actually working partnership and relationship with their customers more closely than they're understanding their business and not taking a short-term view but more long-term.
Yep.
I know that's something CTS also prides itself on. But what's your approach to working with your customers so as close as you can?
I love that question because we're the supplier that is with you till the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like we do the models, and what we tell you up front is we're going to help you on part strategies as you go from a fleet of 20 aircraft to 10 aircraft. We're going to help you as you retire, and then consume those engines into the remaining fleet. So our relation, if you're with us, it's going to be a tight relationship because it's a fleet that's going to, demand signals are going to change quickly and possibly often. And you might pull certain aircraft, or you're going to extend 5 years, and others you're going to pull in.
Yeah.
And we want to be that partner.
Yeah. So it's been, like I said, quite a busy day. You've had lots of people come by the stand, I'm sure. What are they coming to you to talk about? What's been the sense and the feeling this week, and what is it that they come to CTS for?
Capacity.
Yeah.
Probably what you've heard during the day. It's it's a pretty positive show from airlines trying to fill needs.
Yeah.
And so as a supplier, it's happy to be in London.
Yeah. Well, what is TCS? Okay, and how does that it help
Yeah.
improve what you do?
That's a great question. So TCS is a turbulence control structure,
Okay.
and it looks like a
Oh, there's a thing behind
giant
us.
golf ball,
Okay.
one that you and I can easily hit off the tee.
Well, I'm not so sure about myself, but
But the TCS
Yeah.
is, in layman's terms, it brings an outdoor test environment and makes it an indoor
okay.
test environment.
Right.
So it opens the envelope for wind and rain limits.
Yeah.
So you can see at CTS, we have an outdoor test cell rated to 160,000 pounds of thrust. It's outdoors.
Okay.
So we use the TCS to really allow us to test in more windows than we could
Yeah.
if we were outdoors without it.
Yeah. That's the other thing you hear a lot. That have been heard a lot today is when you're close to your customer, you don't just do things on averages. You're trying to understand them. They operate in different conditions.
Right.
You can recreate those conditions. Maybe this kind of facility helps you to do that. So you really get you're bespoking. It's a personalized,
Oh,
bespoke
100%.
solution for the customer, not a kind of general aggregated solution.
Yeah, which between military customers, commercial customers flying people, and then commercial flying cargo
Yeah.
is absolutely the need,
Yeah.
right? But at the end of the day, they want it back. They want the engine back quickly with world-class. That's what they share,
Yeah.
right? It's a quick turnaround time, at
Yeah.
cost,
Yeah.
great quality.
Yeah. Look, Bill, great to speak.
Likewise.
Thanks for rising onto the stand. Hope you have a good second day tomorrow, and good to see you, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you so much. Enjoyed it.
No problems. Cheers.
You got